So as long as you don't put like concrete on top of the dried kelp, then I think it'll be fine. It's structurally sound. Alright, so how do we feel about this? If you can't fix it with duct tape, you aren't using enough duct tape. That is true. It's maybe the long lines are a little long. I wonder if we should interrupt the long lines with yeah, no, the long lines are a bit long. What if we like just not have them quite so long? Was that the wrong block? No, this is the... it's this level. And then it's this level. Yeah, I think it's better if it's not all the way up. It is still most of the way up. Alright, and then let's try this corner. Wesley says this is looking great so far in your opinion. I think so, I think it's going pretty well. We just need to figure out how these things sit on top of the arch things. Well, we need to figure out a lot of things. One of the things we need to figure out is how the things sit on top of the arches. Colors look good too. Alright, good. And then there. And more kelp. Oh, structural properties of dried kelp. You should avoid getting it wet again. You should make sure it doesn't sit in the rain too much. That might... because it changes, right? It changes its structural properties when it gets wet. I think you can turn it into a sort of a jelly. Maybe you can like start off with dried kelp and then maybe you can like leave it in the weather and then over time it'll turn into jelly and then you can have a jelly house. Q says so many caveats, might as well not use it as a building material. I mean... it looks good though, Q. I mean, we like how it looks, so... maybe we can just like stop the rain, like you know, turn off the rain in real life. Wesley says looks great from down here on the regional. Oh yeah? Alright, let me just come back and stand around with you. Oh, it is impressive. That is very impressive. Look how impressive that is. feel free to solve the problem with the interface between the arch and the pillars. I think the arch is a little too thin at the moment, and the pillars are a little too thick. I don't know what to do about it, but it seems that way to me at the moment. We have like 15 minutes left. I might as well just keep plowing through this thing until the end of today. Maybe I should do these corners. Alright, let's just do these. So we're looking at that. And we also have a corner on this one. Oops, not that one. Oh, it's just this one. It's gonna make it a little more confusing when I shuffle the building over by a block later on. Also, if you use dried kelp for your building, people who think that nori is nice, like Q, might eat your building. That is also a problem. If like people decide that your building is dinner. And you know, like those fairy tales with the candy houses? That's never gonna work, right? Because like all the ants will just eat your house. Your house will be very quickly devoured by ants if you have a gingerbread house. So then we putting that there, putting that there. Or I might as well continue moving the arches over until we end the video. It is looking good. Alright, so what are we doing here? This is just like that. And then this is just like that, pretty easy. And this is also pretty easy. This is slightly more complicated. No, that's correct. Alright, the next one is like that. And then we have this. And then the white concrete around there. And I think that's everything? Alright, so now we can demolish this layer. Move the whole building over by 1 meter. We joke about this stuff in architecture school. But it's only funny because it's true. It's only funny because it sometimes actually happens. I mean, even when you're like not actually moving a building, if you're just like working on drawings, it's still actually ridiculous to have to move the building over by 1 block. Or not like 1 block, but like 1 meter. Because like there's... not everything lines up. Like, you know, the plumbing, for example, you have to join the pipes in your building with the pipes that already exist in the ground. And then there's like the electricity supply. You have to, you know, figure out how to join the electricity back to the supply that's coming into your house from outside. Oh, this down here. Oh, the staircase has to move by 1 too, doesn't it? Anyway, let me just leave that for now. What was I doing? I was doing this. Staircase. I could probably like leave the staircase till last or something. That one, that one, that one. That and that. And then those and those and those. Those there, those there, those there. And then it's just that. Oh, it's not just that because we have to. Anyway, 3 and 4, and then that and that. Alright, good. And then afterwards, nobody is ever gonna know that we actually moved the whole building over by a block. Okay, so this down here has to move over, right? Yeah, okay, so this staircase here is gonna be out here. Stairs. We're looking at stairs, 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 stairs there. And oops. There, 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 and there. Like that. Which, why did I break this? It's just the same stuff. It's the same staircase queue. Why did I mean, Wesley, we just... You don't need to move this over one block at a time. Now that I think about it, there might be a more efficient way to do this whole thing. If we are not that concerned about being careful. There, that's... You don't need to like rebuild all three of those. Well, I mean the gold... Okay, well the arches we need to move anyway, so... It is hard to keep track. Although now that we've decided to use the red instead of the gold, we can probably like... It's probably easier to keep track of because it's a different color. So if I like just do 2 blocks at a time or something, it might be fine. It is more complicated to keep track of it if you're not doing it systematically. Alright, so I'm gonna do 2 blocks at a time here. Hope I don't get into too much trouble. Well... Alright, there. And there. Like that, like that. Like that and like that. And those. Alright, so we're looking at... Oops, looking at... that one. And that, and then... Don't fall down. Alright, there. Not even sure about the shape of this really. Alright, so I think we're done for today. I'm gonna end the video pretty soon. Let me just step back and look at this a little bit. How are you doing there, Wesley? Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out an entrance too. Just wondering how we do this. Maybe we come in at an angle to the station down the bottom, possibly. Although, oh, okay, I see. The road does end there. So, off video, I'm going to finish moving everything over by 1 block. And I think I might even build these things on the other side off stream as well. So by the time we come back next week, we should be ready to continue designing, or like continue tackling the design problems of the entire rest of this building. Like, what do we have? Like, walls? Do we have facades? How do we deal with the junction between the like right here, like the arch and the and the column, like what do we do about this? So there are things we still need to solve, of course. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Let me stop.